politics of all of this. BuzzFeed's editor of Latino coverage, Adrian Carrasquillo, with me this morning. Good to see you, Adrian.
Good to see you, Jose.
So let's talk about this. The president goes big. He waits till after November. Really, politically, it's probably a better thing for the Democrats if the president doesn't go big till after the elections. But then there's a question of courage and the question of 1,000 deportations going on every day. What's the political balance the president is looking at?
The report that was really interesting yesterday was the Pew report, talking about 30% of undocumented immigrants have children who are American citizens. I think that right now you see this tension going on trying to influence the debate, as the report that you guys were just talking about. So it's to say, who are these undocumented immigrants? Who are they really? We talk about people in the shadows. Well, they're people that 38% of them have children who are American citizens. That's a big part of the calculation right now. I think the central tension is, does Obama do something that's going to harm the election? He thinks a lot about his legacy. His legacy is so important to him. When Janet Murguía, the president of NCLR, called him the deporter-in-chief, that infuriated him, that he tried to hold in his anger. That's how mad he was at his allies.
Let's talk about something, because let's talk about the deportations and who is deported, because if there have been 2 million people deported under the Obama administration, you'd have to question, were all of those guys the really bad criminals that are in the country? It seems to me that they're not. It seems to me that even the White House says that 55% of the deportees are criminals. That means 45% aren't. Where is the focus on getting the people that are killing, the people that are raping? And by the way, the first people that want those out of here are the undocumented who have to live with these criminals. Yet, why are those people not being deported and others are?
I'll tell you, a huge problem right now is when you talk to activists, when you talk to Congressman Luis Gutierrez, they say this report that's been floated that we might delay, we might do enforcement measures now, and then we might do a big deferred action of deportations later. They say the problem with that is, look at the 2011 Morton memo. That they feel that the agents in the field aren't honoring that, and so the prosecutorial discretion to get out the criminals and to make sure that people who have long ties to the United States stay here. So they say, if you do enforcement measures, who's to say that that's going to be honored by the people in the field? Jay Johnson, the DHS chief, he says he has to socialize these changes among the agents in the field. That means he has to explain it to them, and some of them want to do it, and some fields that maybe are a little bit harder on this, maybe they don't want to do it.
Adrian, I want to take you to North Carolina, where immigration has been a pretty central issue in the Senate race between incumbent Democratic Senator Kay Hagan and the state's House Speaker Thom Tillis. The two held their first debate last night, and Hagan distanced herself from the president, saying she can't act alone, while Tillis focused on border security and the Senate plan. Take a look, listen to some of that.
We have to seal the border. Then we have to solve the other problems that exist as a result of the inaction. And Kay Hagan in 2008 saying she was going to go work to solve immigration, and all they got is a bill that went nowhere.
You know, folks, I think Speaker Tillis is complaining, but he has no plan.
So, is the plan the best plan for the senator and other Democrats who are looking at a very tough re-election campaign? The best plan is for the president not to take the issues of the go big until after the November elections?
I mean, you know, I think a lot of people talk about what happened with DACA in 2012 and how that helped the president.
That's a deferred action for the dreamers.
Yeah, the deferred action for the dreamers, you know. And so I think that what's very interesting right now is you have this push and pull on what's going to happen. The activists, with the activists, there's a lot of hope with Obama. There's not a lot of change. This year they've been on him all year, and what they want is for deferred action to happen. And they look at the other day, his Labor Day speech, when he said immigrant rights for the first time, along with gay rights, along with women rights, voting rights, civil rights. This is very exciting for them, but they say, where is the actual action? They want him to go big now.
So let me ask you the question. Should he go big, politically speaking, when you see that the majority of the Americans, according to Pew, really think that that's not the issue? The issue is dealing with the border. And there are races that really could cost Democrats their job.
I think ultimately you look at the 4 races that are the closest in the Senate. The Democrats are doing a little bit better than they thought they would be. And if you talk to a lot of people who are out there, they say this is actually going to help the president. This is not going to be a bad thing. And who knows if going big actually happens after the election.
BuzzFeed's Adrian Carrasquillo. Good to see you in person, my friend.
Thanks
for being here with me. And some developing news, we're getting brand